Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Nottingham Forest career mode here on FIFA 22. Marc Cucurella may have moved to Chelsea in real life, but in this save, he's found his way to another team that play in blue, slightly lighter. It's Napoli for him, off to Serie A. We have some business we want to do in this summer transfer window, and I'm going to try and leave myself some money left for January, so that if we don't get everything we want done, or if the situation in the season changes, then we have the opportunity to be flexible when the time comes. But we are looking to buy centre-backs. Primarily one, probably two, as we look to sell on Joe Worrell. And you guys are pretty keen on me just getting the Panzo debacle over and just kick him out. So it looks like Panzo's on his way. And we're going to look to sign two centre-backs and maybe a third. We'll wait and see how things progress. With regards the striking role, Taiwo is set to stay. But unfortunately, Joshua Zirkzee has signed for Utrecht, so that is a no. He's not coming in. João Pedro was popular with you guys for signing him on a free, so I'm going to look to do that. There weren't really many comments at all about the whole Piazza and Elise thing, so I'll put that on the back burner for now. And we won't make any decisions on that until January, and I've gotten a little bit more feedback, or we've seen how the squad handles the nature of the fixture list with all of the fixtures we've got now. We've got European football added in. Skamaka was a name for striker as well that was thrown up, but not looking for an out-and-out striker for first team at the present moment in time. Maxwell Cornet is going to be the man to start alongside Gonzalo Ramos moving forward for the time being. Now, I've got a number of centre mid options to look at as well. A couple's contracts are expiring, so the potential there for a cheaper pickup, but you can see the amount of centre backs I have on the list here. Thank you for your feedback. It really does mean the world when you guys are so kind of ingrained and dedicated to the save that you throw the suggestions out there. An intriguing one with regards to positioning as well, and I'm going to test it out. Yates obviously is a CDM, and it's going to take hundreds of weeks to train him at centre-back because reasons. So we've moved him centrally, and I've moved him as low as I can to actually have him set as a CDM so that he gets his maximum amount of boosts. And if I say stay back whilst attacking, he should just kind of stay there. So we'll see how that works. Positionally, it might mean that he drifts too much and I find myself without enough numbers at the back. And if that is the case, then we will adjust it accordingly. But I think it's worth a try to get the maximum amount of boosts out of him. So let's go and sign João Pedro, because you guys want me to sign João Pedro. And we'll wait for the scout reports on the centre-backs. And then I think we might be signing 2 or 3 players in this window. Bing! João Pedro is in. He'll be on the bench, and with European football this year, we'll get a sizable amount of first-team football. So, very pleased with that. He'll come in for Alex Maiton there. Alex Maiton we're hoping to send out on loan. Obviously, Vransk is looking to go out on loan this year as well. We've brought Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain into the squad to help deal with that, and I may look to loan one of the centre-mids on the shortlist that we currently have. Maybe Morgan Gibbs-White, just to make sure I've got an extra number in that central area. So we'll play it by ear. Franz loaned out. He's gone to Porto. Loan agreement with Braga for Bowman as well. Perfect. Great start to the episode, isn't it? Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying, of course, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. Hit that notification bell and you'll definitely not miss a video. And of course, come and watch me or join me on stream live over on Twitch, where we stream it live. You can watch the recording and see all of the behind the scenes. Right, cracking on. We have Sheffield United in the first game of the Premier League season, then Tottenham, then Brighton. So I'll probably sim Sheffield United whilst we're still in the process of figuring out what we're doing transfer-wise, and play Tottenham and Brighton today. Bologna have come in with a loan bid for Alex Maiton, a loan to buy. We will delegate to just a loan, that's fine. And you may well have noticed, Juventus have come in for Jacob Ramsey. Reckons I could get up to 61 million for him. I don't really want to sell him, but Champions League Juventus, yeah. I'll ask for 60, and if they pay it, bang, and if they don't, then we'll just negotiate. Really? You're staying at about 40, are you? I'm not going to sell him for any less than 55. I'm not going to sell him for any less than 50. I'm not going to... Look, I know you're trying to save some money, Juventus, but let's be real. He's a great prospect and someone... Now we've got European football. I'm not just going to let go for about valuation. I am quite within my rights there to fight for a decent fee. If they're not willing to pay it, then they're not willing to pay it. Jacob Ramsey, for the time being, depending on who else might come in for him, stays. Mighton, loan agreement. Going to Bologna for a year, provided he agrees to do so. Bowman, going to Braga. And Beso, sold. Ryan Yates is actually questioning my transfer policy. Yes, we're working on it, Ryan. If you give me a moment, pal, then once we've got the scout reports back, we can actually sign someone. I'm not just going to blindly sign a couple of centre-backs. And what do you know? Here come those, or some of those scout reports. Wolfsburg are in for Mark Gay. Now, I don't know if that means that he's of quality or not of quality for Wolfsburg's level. Badiashile's 80 rated. He's got excellent passing. Tackling is 80, or stand tackle is 80. Sliding 73. Acceleration's not great, but we could train him. 6'4". Espanyol, it's doable. That's doable. Senesi, 81 rated at Real Betis. He's not as fast. Actually, his acceleration is better, but his overall sprint speed isn't as high. But he's great in the tackle. I think Marcos, he's only 6 foot though. But he's got 89 jumping. Oh, I'm a little bit torn. Marcos Senesi is a potential, but I'm not going to pull the trigger just yet because we're waiting on a couple of other scout reports to come back. So those scout reports should be back with me imminently. Well, give me them now. There you go. There they are. We've arrived at Sheffield United. I've not got all of my scout reports back, so I'm not gonna dive into it just yet. That's a good start to the season, though. Jacob Ramsey with the first goal. Joao Pedro off the bench. Scores on debut. Turns out that was a pretty decent signing, doesn't it? 84 finishing, though. I think he might have the best finishing of anyone at the club. Panzo. Lazio want him. £5.5 million. I am looking at someone at Lazio, and it's Salisu. So, I'm just going to accept. We should get a couple of other scout reports back before the Tottenham game, and indeed, there they are. Salisu and Diallo are the only two we were waiting on. Salisu, 81 rated. One going one way, one going the other, maybe. Issa Diop, 81 rated at Fiorentina. Not spectacular. He's 81 rated, but technically, he's not quite there. So, I've got all my scout reports back now. Mark Gay has gone to Wolfsburg, so can't do that. That's fine. Salisu is definitely an option. Senesi looks decent too. As an all-round, he's great in the pass as well. Ball control and dribbling's decent, so that is an added bonus for me. But again, 6 foot tall, 89 jumping. Could go either way, that couldn't it? Klosterman looks like an absolute no-brainer. I mean, that's just an easy yes, isn't it? Really. Then I'm torn. I don't know whether to go for someone slightly lower rated, like Badiashile, who's younger, that could grow. He's great in the pass, by the way. Or someone that's slightly older and slightly higher rated, like Senesi or Salisu. I don't want Issa Diop. Inacio's really good too, but Ajax are Champions League, and I'm not sure I can justify getting someone from Ajax at this stage. Maybe when we get Champions League football, then we could go for someone like Inacio. Although, to be fair, when we get to Champions League level, we're going to be looking for players that are better than Inacio. Probably. So maybe I do. Klosterman is a no-brainer, though. I'm going to get Klosterman in. I'm potentially open to... Will they let me loan him? Won't let me loan Gibbs White. Okay. 32. Klosterman, 32. He's on £45,000 a week. Coming from Newcastle... Probably not going to want that much of a step up wage-wise, although we are now European football. What's crucial? He's going to be my number one centre-back, probably for a considerable period of time, so why the hell not? No release clause is fine by me, and 67, if I remove that bonus, will you just sign that? 75. Go on then, you can have it. Lucas Klosterman is in. We have one new centre-back. Now it's time to figure out who the hell I sign as a second centre-back. Saliba, I don't think I can justify. Champions League football for Arsenal. They finished 4th above us last year. He's their third choice centre-back. But Mats Hummels is their second choice centre-back at 83 rated and about 4 miles an hour. So I'm not going to go for Saliba. Benoit, will you come in for £24 million, pal? They want 35. Again, I'm going to have to negotiate hard. Will you accept that? They will. Okay, Badiashile, fee agreed. He's on 17 grand a week. Perfectly happy to sign a lengthy contract, which indeed he is. Disregard the release clause, and that's definitely much more agreeable wage-wise, isn't it? 49, signed. Right, I've gotten every man in that I wanted to, other than a potential cam option. Returning to the City ground for the first time since leaving, Dino is in goal for Tottenham Hotspur. Emerson Royale, Davinson Sanchez, Wesley Fofana, Jean-Claire Todibo and Sergio Reguilon is at left back. There are 5 at the back, of course, with Højbjerg and Bissouma in midfield. Brian Hill, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. Some options on the bench, including 85 Richarlison, 83 Stephen Bergwijn, and of course Danny Carvajal as well as Hugo Lloris. They actually had Dino in by default, whereas previously they had Lloris in by default, so I left Dino in for the storyline. Our starting lineup, personnel-wise, is only one different. Klosterman in with Tanganga out. But everyone has improved, and my options off the bench have certainly improved. That's where we've made the advancements in this transfer window, is we've improved our quality in a small squad. I have perhaps let too many people go out on loan and gotten a little bit carried away, because outside of my starting 11 and bench, I have 3 goalkeepers. So, I'm going to be recalling a couple of loanees. I got a little bit carried away. So, we're going to recall a couple of loanees, and we'll see what we can do in all of the competitions we're involved in this year, starting in the Premier League. New pitch, as you can see, we've got the diagonal lines now, as well as very faint vertical ones too. And fingers crossed, we can have just as good a result here as we had against Sheffield United and get payback on Spurs, because they are the reason we're only playing Europa League football, not Champions League football. But I'm going to have to wait till next season before I really see the massive boost to income from all of the European football we're going to be playing this year. While 60 million is a really good budget, as we've seen, it's only really good enough for 2 mid-level signings. So whilst we have improved, we still have quite a bit of work to do. And the longer we go on, the better we perform, the higher we finish, the more expensive players are going to get. Whilst we've not made any massive sales yet, which will longer term help us improve with the rotation or replacement in the squad, definitely we're having to take it season at a time at the moment. But at the beginning of season 3 here, I am quietly positive of getting a top 4 spot this year. To Nico Williams. In there to Jacob Ramsey. Could have been on his way to Juventus, but they wouldn't pay the fee. Brennan Johnson gives us a 1-0 lead against Tottenham. That's what we couldn't do on the last day last season. But this year, Brennan's popped up with a nice goal. And it's a nice assist as well, actually, from Gonzalo Ramos. Sorry, Dino. You didn't keep many clean sheets for me, and you're not keeping one for Tottenham here. Big switch by Nico Williams out to Omar Richards. There's Oral Mangala. There's Yves Bissouma. Christ knows what pass that was. Ah, now I'm in trouble. Oh, Niakate. How is that for a defensive recovery? Unbelievable from Niakate. That's a strong challenge from Yves Bissouma. I can't quite believe he's done that. That's disgusting from Niakate. Perhaps a bit selfish of Heung-min Son not to play the pass to Harry Kane, but I couldn't quite remember, or I couldn't tell you by remembering now, whether the angle was actually on to play the pass or whether he was better suited to going for the shot. But excellent defending from Niakate, proving why he was worth the pennies at the beginning of this save, and still certainly holding his spot in the team. Looking for Gonzalo, finding only Wesley Fofana. Brian Hill for Stevie Bergwijn. Not a bad replacement. See if the Dutchman can have something to say about the overall result here. Would be so... Oh, no, I'm not going to say it. Get there, Nico. Oh, he slid and looked like he was going to hook the ball away. But then actually didn't make any connection with the ball. Jacob Ramsey's made the tackle there. Reguilon. Oh, the ball rolls killed me. Son. No! Equaliser for Tottenham. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, the captain, slams it home. Really thought Nico Williams was going to get to that. The ball roll there is so annoying. And Niakate turns his back. If he actually faces it and sticks a leg out, maybe he blocks that. You can see he turns and just stands there with his heel. He's missed that heel by a matter of millimetres. And Tottenham have an equaliser. It's still a better performance and a better result if it stays as is than last year. But I really would have wanted the win. I really do want the win. There's still 20 minutes to go. There's no reason, as of yet, why we can't get it. And I might call on a former gunner to try and help me do so with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the bench coming into the midfield. I think that's going to be the option that we look to utilise. And Alessandro Florenzi is going to come on the right-hand side as well. Although he needs to be a little bit sharper if he's to have a maximum impact. Right. Actually, do I? No. Just a straight swap. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for Ramsey. And actually, come on then, João Pedro for Cornet. Actually, he gets a better boost as a centre forward, which is weird. Come on then, João. What have you got? Show me. Emerson Royale. Down the line. Around the corner. And I'll have that, thank you. No, I won't, apparently. Okay. Emma Richards went to run off with it and then left the ball behind. And it's going to cost me the game. Are you sure? It's a very Harry Kane-esque finish, but I don't understand how I've lost possession there. Omar Richards was just running with it, and then all of a sudden wasn't. What? He's running forward with the ball, takes a touch, and then just locks off it, and Emerson Royale has it. That's not fair! Well, it looks like we're set to lose to Tottenham again, just as we did at the end of last season. But I don't feel like I deserve it. They certainly have been good enough offensively to warrant the point, and I can't deny them that, but that goal to send them in front, I am going to have nightmares about that for weeks. Bergwijn, they could even make it 3 here. Looking for H, they have. Jesus Christ, what a finish. 3-1 Tottenham. I don't deserve this at all. This is entirely unfair and not reflective of the performance that we've put in here. Such is football. Such is FIFA. But, God, that stings. That really stings. Angler, Yates, through the gap. Doesn't find his teammate. Game over. 3-1 Tottenham win. And a big middle finger to the game for that. So I need to recall some players. Because I need the depth. So recalling from loan the man that we've just loaned to Porto, Asta Vransk. Recalling from loan the man that we've just loaned to Bologna, Alex Maiton. And there has been another twist in the tale. Manchester United, who won the Europa League last year and are in the Champions League, have bid for Omar Richards. £23.1 million. Now again, I'm open to letting him go for the right fee, but I'm going to struggle to replace him for that figure, and I don't have any other money really to call upon. If they'll give me 30, then it gives me a chance. They bid 27. If they'll come 28, 750, then we have a deal. Really? They offer 27 but won't pay 28.7. You're Manchester. Why are clubs being so stingy? Clubs that are giants and absolutely do have the financial clout to afford what I'm asking for. Man United should quite comfortably be able to afford that. Easily. It's not even a question. They absolutely can afford that. Stingy bastards. FC Köln are in for Niakate. That's a swift no. And Ryan Yates, FC Porto. I'm surprised after loaning them a player and then recalling him a week later, the Porto are even willing to negotiate with me on anything else, find me remotely trustworthy in the transfer market anyway. But I appreciate it. Not that you're getting Ryan Yates anyway. So then, Brighton up next. 5 at the back again. It's Brighton's turn this time. Robert Sanchez in goal. Lamptey, Feltman, Van Ecke, Dunk and Solly March. And Wepo, Provod and Alexis McAllister. Undav and Seema up top still. Pascal Gross on the bench. Man that scored a brace to help Brighton beat Manchester United in real life. And they also have someone else in their squad who I looked at on a free, and I can't remember off the top of my head who the bloody hell it was, actually. But they had someone that we were potentially thinking about looking at. Certainly the name rang a bell to me. Annoyingly, that's kind of stuck there now for I don't know why. Because evidently we hadn't even been in the match for something to happen. So, okay. You just have to bear with that, I'm afraid. Hopefully when there is a free kick or a set piece of some description, it'll disappear post having that set piece. We'll find out. Let's try and score a goal then. And try and get it to reset anyway. Cornet. Oh, it does find Brennan Johnson, though it wasn't the best of balls. We'll get that out to Nico Williams, who will stand the ball up. No, he won't. He's going to go down and get injured. Thanks, Solly March. Ramsey's going to bring that down. This time, a player running away from another player does keep it. It's my 100th game in charge, apparently. And, well, it hasn't started very well, has it? Yates quickly forward to Cornet. I'll lift this out looking for Nico Williams. I have slightly, again, adjusted the, oh my God, the injury sliders to make them slightly more frequent and slightly more severe. We had one 3-month injury with Maxwell Cornet last season, and we had a number of 5-day bruised shoulders. So I'm trying to just sway it so it's a little bit more realistic, if possible. I upped it from 70 to 75 with regards to frequency, and from 35 to 38 with regards to the severity. So we shall wait and see what impact that has. Obviously, we didn't get any potential knocks against Tottenham, and we have a potential knock here against Brighton as they knock on the door but can't find a way through for a goal to give them a 1-0 lead. Unai Simon with a good close-range save. Alexis McAllister delivers it in. Gonzalo Ramos is up. They're going to tell me about the injury? No, they're not. I'd like to say it can't be that bad, but Maxwell Cornet played on when he had a broken toe and was then subsequently out for 3 weeks. So, sorry, 3 months. So I don't know how confident I am of actually having Nico Williams available for the next couple of games. When I get caught on the counter like that, I do feel like I'm a little bit vulnerable number-wise with Yates in that slightly more advanced position. It happened a couple of times against Spurs, and I didn't really think too much of it at the time, but it is happening here against Brighton as well. But when they're pushing back like this, I do have him in the mix there. I might have to drop that central defensive player into a centre-back role and maybe start Badi Ashile ahead of Ryan Yates, who's higher rated and obviously has the potential as well. Van Ecke and Wepu. Dunk! Bloody hell. Lewis Dunk off the bar. Gonzalo Ramos with a lovely header there. They've certainly got numbers back in support defensively, don't they? You can make me run there, Jacob? You just go stand there. Make me run, please, pal. There you go. Gonzalo Ramos is making a run of his own. Look at one for Nico Williams. And then try and find someone in the middle. Oh, it's a great ball. And Cornet's there! Cleared off the line. Keeper couldn't quite get rid of it. Cleared off the line. Mangala battling hard. And Mwepu comes out on top. That's the closest either side have come. They hit the bar. And then we had it cleared off the line. That hit an arm. That'll be a free kick if they want it. But they don't. They're playing on. Oh, it's a lovely reverse ball. Good save by Unai Simon. Angle was against him there. And Mwepu, I think, is picking up a yellow card there. Not sure what for. Here come my changes. Provod with the corner. Good delivery, but Niakate's underneath it. Tyro's underneath this. And he's headed it straight to Van Ecke. There is Dunk. Actually, at centre-back's come the closest for scoring for Brighton with that hit off the bar. What a ball that would have been if Alessandro Florenzi hadn't excellently read it and intercepted it. Oxlade-Chamberlain into Brennan Johnson. Taiwo looking for Cornet. And actually, Taiwo plays a very good ball. Maxwell Cornet in behind, stands it up. Oh, sometimes manual crosses are great. Sometimes manual crosses are bad. But when it is bad, guess whose fault it is? Because it's bloody manual. A 0-0 draw against Brighton. Now, I am slightly apprehensive about the future of Nico Williams. Hopefully, it's just a knock and he's fine. But it definitely has the potential to be longer term. Please don't be longer term. 4 weeks with a hyperextended knee. That's manageable. I'm going to drop that centre-back back there, and I am going to put Badiashile in. 4 weeks, we'll see Nico Williams miss a number of games. Our Europa League group is FC Midtjylland. That is Rosenborg from Norway, I'm pretty sure. And then, as I press the wrong button, the third and final team in our Europa League group is someone I don't recognise, or a badge I don't recognise. But that is actually one of the, now dare I say it, oh, it's Ferenc Farusi. Turkish, I want to say? That is one of the easiest groups on paper we have ever had in any European competition. So now watch me finish third and miss out on progressing in Europe. Let's go and end the transfer window, shall we? Oh, Arsenal bid. I can't. I reckon I could get up to 90. We turned down Atalanta. Atalanta I feel like I could adequately turn down. Arsenal are Champions League. They finished 4th. And I didn't sign Saliba because of the stature of Arsenal in this save, which says to me I should negotiate here. Brennan Johnson is one of our brightest young players, but he is also one of the most efficient players in the league and certainly deserves a move to a Champions League team. I will ask for 80. It would really significantly help our financial situation. But 63.9 is all they're willing to pay. I'll remove the sell-on clause because I'm supposedly told that that artificially inflates what the value of the deal is for the AI. £75 million. Brennan Johnson looks like he's on his way out. Now we do have, thanks to our previous scouting, a ready-made replacement here in Michael Elise. And I'm quite happy to go out and pick Michael Elise straight up. You see that Gibbs White has moved to Rayo Vallecano. I'm quite happy to go out and pick pick him up. But wait and see if terms can be agreed. Romeo Lavia, that name rings a bell. Doesn't he just sign for? I think he signed for Southampton from Manchester City in real life. I just had a flashback to the transfer window IRL. Right, so we're 11th in the table after 3 games, but there's still plenty of time left for stuff to be done. 10 hours to go, in fact. The biggest deal so far is Pedri from Barcelona to Juventus, £174.8 million. Victor Osimhen, Napoli to Real Madrid, £120.4 million. Paqueta, 99.4 to Arsenal, who are looking to splash the cash, it seems. And will they be splashing the cash? Again, Louis Barry, by the way. Louis Barry from Aston Villa to PSG in this save for like 4 million. What the shit is that all about? Brennan Johnson leaves. I'm gutted, but it's something I have to do. Now, Inter Milan have bid for Maxwell Cornet. Deadline day is getting painful here, but we do now know that we've got the finances to be able to compete. Now, I will ask for 30, and certainly he is worth 30, and they will pay 30. So it looks like Maxwell Cornet's on his way out as well. So we know that we're going to get Michael Elise as the cam, so let's go and get that done. I could probably get it done for half the price of Brennan Johnson. Wage-wise, he's on 20... Oh, Jesus, almost offered him 30 million a week. I'm going to offer him £35,000 a week, and it is a pay rise from Crystal Palace. He wants 38. You are more than welcome to it, Sunshine. Michael Elise is in. We have a new central attacking midfielder. Now then, I need a new bloody striker. And I don't have anyone out on loan that I can recall in that position, so we are certainly going to be buying someone. Who, though, for the time being at least, remains a mystery. Still no news about Maxwell. Never mind, about Maxwell Cornet. Joe Worrell leads to bid 7.7. I'll look to loan a centre back in, and we will accept that bid for Joe Worrell. 7.7 million, done. I'll loan in someone like Levi Colwill, because he's not getting any football at Chelsea. He's only about 78 rated, if that. So let's go and loan in Levi Colwill. That's him through the door, and Joe Worrell replaced for this moment in time. And you guys have been calling for Levi Colwill to come and sign for me for ages. So he hasn't been good enough at any previous moment, but now he might be exactly what we're looking for. Chelsea are willing to let me loan him as well. Okay, this could work out. This could work out. Basic terms, a 1-year deal, Levi Colwill to fill the gap. Quite happy to pay whatever they want me to pay wage-wise. Right, now we're waiting on confirmation of Maxwell Cornet going to Inter Milan. And I need it to happen rather soon because I'm running out of time. It hasn't yet. It has now. Maxwell Cornet sold. Buy a Leverkusen in for Taiwo. I feel like I can turn Leverkusen down. They're not massive in Germany. If it was Bayern or Dortmund, certainly. But Leverkusen, not so much. Right, I have 55 odd million pounds to try and find myself a starting striker. And if I can pick someone up that is higher rated but isn't as expensive, then we might have some money to spend in January. Now, Scamacca was a player I previously had on my shortlist, so certainly should be in the reckoning. But as you find us right now in the window with minimal time remaining, this is where those in live chat get the opportunity to step up. Chat, names. I have 5 names on my shortlist. Gianluca Scamacca, Emmanuel Dennis, who was linked with Forest in real life and we have previously had on our shortlist. Armando Broja, who obviously had a great loan spell at Southampton IRL last year and is still at Chelsea and nowhere near the first team. Martial, actually, to be fair, I'm taking Martial off because they only have him and Ronaldo in a striking role and no one else. And Cali Muendo is another player that we have had on our shortlist previously in this save. And he's 21, 80 rated, and I think he edges it. And he's in his last year of his contract as well, which means we should be able to pick him up pretty cheap. I could try and loan him. Can I loan Broja? Okay. Let's get Colwill from Chelsea and Cali Muendo from PSG, because he's a similar sort of build to the outgoing Maxwell Cornet. You want Niakate and 20 odd million? Get out of it, Mr. Pochettino. Not a chance, pal. Money only, please. 32 million? That's actually quite agreeable, although, as we say, he is in the last year of his contract. Remove that sell-on clause as well of 10%. Thank you very much. 33.3. Cali Muendo. So we've got the big Gonzalo Ramos and a smaller, more technical player alongside him. It was Maxwell Cornet previously. It's going to be Cali Muendo this time around. We have a new, well, potentially, provided I can agree contract terms, we have a new striker coming in. And if I give him the crucial role, it matches the board objective as well. It's not how we wanted it to come about, but it might be better for us long term. Obviously, we weren't necessarily looking to move Maxwell Cornet on, but he is aging. Aging in FIFA terms. He's like 27 or 28 now. I think that might be, quietly, actually, not bad business for the longevity of our squad. And it's ticked that as well. Cali Muendo will start up top alongside Gonzalo Ramos. ST, there we go. That might work out really well for us. Transfer deadline day is coming to a close then, and it's been not panicked, but certainly there's more going on than we thought there was going to be. Colwill loaned in as Worrell is sold. Leipzig have come in. I can turn Leipzig down, I feel. Colwill is in. That's good news. So we've made the money from Worrell, and we've loaned in Colwill, who will certainly fill the role in the squad. He's 74 rated, so actually he's not as good as I thought he was. I thought he was 78. So he's just there as backup. Look how busy Aston Villa have been in this window. He is just in as backup. I'm pleased with the Elise deal. Again, not come about how we envisaged that it would, but sometimes you can't. Ah, Dortmund. We just bought him back from loan, Astavransk. And now Borussia Dortmund are in for him. And they're a side that I can't really not negotiate with. Knight. Okay. Well, Vrantz goes out. And maybe then, because we had him on the shortlist, Joe Willock comes in. But is time gonna pass before Dortmund can agree a deal? I'll add him in the shortlist. He's probably going to be quite expensive, Joe Willock. But I don't know if I can afford him as it stands. I might be able to. Oh, God. This is going to have to go through really quickly for Fransk. Larea. Benfica in for Larea. I want Larea to stay. Oh, man. We can get the deal done with an hour to go, but the AI can't. He's gone. Okay, so Joe Willock then. This has been a hell of a ridiculous transfer window, hasn't it? Joe Willock is going to come in. Can get him for about 30, it reckons. About valuation. Please, Newcastle, talk to me. Yes. 27 million done. Joe Willock's going to come in. He's on £37,000 a week. I should have plenty in my wage budget at this stage. I do. Important squad role, sure. 3-year deal, okay, because we could probably upgrade on you when we get Champions League football and you'll still have enough time left on your contract. Will you accept £45,000 a week? £59,000 a week. Without the bonus, maybe, pal. Done. Okay. Oh, 3 deadline day moves that we didn't expect to make. But they're made, and they're done. Alright, well then, as transfer deadline day ends, let's give you a rundown of everything that's happened in that window, because there's been quite a bit. Bournemouth, João Mario, Sam Silva and Joe Rodon in. Arsenal have spent 220 million on Harvey Barnes, Lucas Paqueta and Brennan Johnson. They've sold Saka, Partey, White and Smith Rowe. Grassi, De Tomas, Kolasinac, Castagna and Lopez in at Villa, with them actually making money with Emi Buendia going out and Emi Martinez and Douglas Luiz. Grinitz is in at Brentford, who's a player we've looked at previously. Castrovilli and Josh Da Silva going out. Borja Mayoral! That's the other free agent guy that I was talking about in the Brighton game. Oh, finally, my brain can rest. Melling and Sebastian Aller, actually. Cucurella out, and actually Mwepu, since we played them, leaves them. Alcaraz, Grabara, Bebu, Montanari and Prodan in at Burnley with Nathan Collins leaving. Chelsea a quiet window. Riquelme, Erpagor, Azon in with Rahman leaving. Rafa Mir in at Everton with Moise Keane and Ben Godfrey out. Aliou, Sol, Zageza and Worrell in at Leeds with Harrison and Cresswell leaving. Quiet window for Leeds. Leicester, Anderson, Buendia, Martinez and Mozo in. Might be the same Martinez that left Villa. Perhaps a goalkeeper replacement as Danny Ward has left. Harvey Barnes, Castagna, Justin and Soumare out as well. Liverpool have spent 223 million on Julian Brandt, Ronaldo Cabrais, Brahim Diaz presumably, and Mikel Merino with Konate and Van Dijk leaving. Foyt, Fresneda, Boschali and Garcia in at Manchester City with Laporte going for 95.2 million to Tottenham as we know. Che, Marshall, Rutty, Diallo and Mattison in at Manchester United with Varane leaving. Zuma in at Newcastle with Maffeo and White, not Ben White because he's at Arsenal and that he didn't leave Arsenal. Longstaff, Klosterman to me, and actually Willock to me as well. We ended up raiding Newcastle apparently. I've spent 160 million, but I have made 140. Florenzi, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Ryan, Joao Pedro, Klosterman, and everything we did on deadline day. And Meso, Panzo, Johnson, Cornet, Worrell, and a couple of others as well out. Anderson, Fernandez, Danso and Miguel in at Sheffield United. Max Aarons and Aldero in at Southampton with Armstrong, Perro, Gineppo and Bednarak out. Todibo, Laporte and Gonçalves in. Hell of a window for Tottenham. Tanganga, Davies, Roden, Skip and Scarlett out. West Ham, D'Acunha, Godfrey, Johnny and Smith Rose gone there. So he stayed in London. Vlasic and Zuma out, and Wolves have sold Silva, Gibbs White and Jimenez. And breathe. End of transfer window. That was one of the craziest transfer windows I have ever experienced. Genuinely. I don't know as we've had that before. So the biggest deals, Mikel Merino was 99.2. It was Pedro Gonçalves to Tottenham for 97.9. We saw the Laporte one. Tammy Abraham to Sporting for 93.1. Tammy's certainly a player I might like to try at some point in the save. Maybe if we reach, or when we reach, hopefully when we reach, Champions League football. Tammy be banging, actually. En-Nesyri to Bayern Munich. Van Dijk went to Real Madrid. Saka went to Inter. Dani Olmo to AC Milan. Brendan Johnson to Arsenal. Rafael Varane went to Atletico Madrid, as well as Tanganga, actually. Christian Romero's gone to Leipzig. Locatelli. Ibrahima Konate went to Barcelona. Tamala Mata. Dortmund, Cucurella to Napoli, as we saw. Smith Rowe, we mentioned. But it is Brahim Diaz to Liverpool. Cody Gakpo to Leipzig. Elmas Thomas Müller to Leipzig. It was Ben White to Newcastle. I don't think I saw White leaving Arsenal, did we? Unless they did so much business he wasn't on the list. I'm sure I didn't see White leaving Arsenal, did I? I might have missed it. Neuhaus to PSG. Moise Kean to Real Betis. Eric Garcia to Manchester City. Tomas, Frimpong, Vlasic went to Hertha Berlin. Harvey Barnes, as we saw, was Emi Martinez to Leicester. Chukwueze to Dortmund. So from one yellow team to another. Sebastian Haller to Brighton. Julian Brandt. Lucas Unmesha to Lyon. Maxence Lacroix. Very good player to Frankfurt. Serginho Dest to Bayern. Elise to us. Owepu went to Marseille. God, I think I need to lie down after that transfer window. I've got 18 million left, which isn't really enough to do much. But that starting lineup now looks significantly different to how we thought it was going to at the end of that transfer window. Significantly different to how we thought it was going to at the beginning of transfer deadline day. Wow. What a whirlwind that was. Join me tomorrow as we try and kick on with our domestic season. West Ham, Midland, Newcastle, Southampton, and then probably we'll do Liverpool, Rosenborg, Man United and Chelsea. Bloody hell. The episode after that. Yeah, it's going to be a case of, because I don't want to sim too much, it's going to be a case of taking it episode by episode rather than month by month now that we're in Europe and the fixture list is hella busy. Jesus Christ. Right. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Drop the video a like if you did. Let me know your feedback and your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. There's probably going to be mixed responses, I imagine. I'll see you tomorrow for more, shall we? Plenty of debuts on call. Bye-bye.